Welcome back to BT. Is your child a loner? Do they have many friends? Child psychiatrist Dr. Monique Jericho is here now to help us understand how all kids are different and to give some advice to parents. Good morning to you.
Hi there.
So how do we get started when it comes to this idea? I guess it is the idea that all kids are different.
We do have to start with that, and we have to sort of try to take an objective look at our kids, which can be really challenging, right?
Right.
But it's important to remember that we're all born differently. We have different social needs, different temperaments. Some kids might be pretty happy having just one special friend or even spending time alone, whereas other kids really need that gregarious environment and can be easily hurt if they're not included.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we really need to get a read on our own child.
That's it. We need to do things in order to kind of educate ourselves about who our child is, right?
How do we do that?
We can do that in a lot of different ways. So we want to take an interest by talking to our child, finding out, you know, who are they spending time with and why.
Right.
We also want to see whether or not we can do a little bit of observation, so including your child's friends in your life and vice versa. So a variety of things. You can volunteer at school, you can have play dates. As your kids get a little older, you can find other ways to include friends.
Right.
In a way that allows you to kind of have a gentle look at what's going on. But really key is your child's teacher, because your child's teacher has an opportunity to see a whole bunch of kids who are at the same developmental level as your child. So has a sense of what that range of normal is.
Okay.
Right?
So check in with that teacher. Ask her, how's my kid doing socially?
Absolutely. So important.
Okay,
so
terrific.
important. Yeah.
So once you get that read, what are a few things that we're looking out for?
Yeah. So I'd say there's 3 different scenarios that are most common and things to really think about. So if you have a child who has social difficulties, meaning they've never really been able to connect, maybe they don't even really have an interest in connecting, and that's persisted across time and seems to happen everywhere they go, that's a reason to check in, right? Because there could be something going on with your child in terms of their understanding of social environments and social behaviors.
Right.
Could represent
the autism flag,
autism spectrum potentially, or a learning problem, right?
Or a learning problem.
So that's one
that's
situation,
one.
right? The other one would be if your child's great at home, no problems, but when they're at school, they seem to clam up and have difficulties there.
Right.
That could mean that maybe there's some anxiety, social anxiety going on. And that's something, again, that you can support your child with. So worthwhile getting in there, figuring that out. And seeing if you can help to develop those skills. Work around that anxiety.
Work around the anxiety. Okay, and then final scenario.
Yeah. So the most important one to notice is if there's a change, if there's an abrupt change. So let's say that your child was doing well socially, no problems, and all of a sudden your child seems to be withdrawn or doesn't seem to be making friends, seems to be stepping back and really isolating.
Okay. What is that a signal of?
Well, it can mean a variety of different things, right? So it can mean there's something going on at school in terms of bullying or social rejection. You're going to need to find out about that for sure. Could mean in an older child something might be going on with substances, which again is really important to figure out. And the other piece, of course, is depression. So those are some really key things that you want to be thinking about if you're noticing that shift in your child.
So be aware at least of those 3 things. Monique, thank you so much for being here. Great advice as always.
Thanks.